Hi, this is Joe Forrest, and it's another installment of Fresh Air, Fresh Faces. And I am so delighted to be talking with Ann Morris, a member of Westminster Presbyterian, and she has a question for me.
Hello, Joe. It's good to be with you today. I am assuming that you're an avid reader. So I'd like to ask, when you go to the bestseller lists on whatever media you use, do you first look at the list of fiction books or nonfiction books?
I am an avid reader, and difficult finding space for all of the books since we moved, and that was the first thing we unpacked. One of my life goals is to read everything that's won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction, and I've even gone back as far as when it was still called the Prize for Novel. Now in November is one of my favorite novels of all time. And today it's a trade-off between, am I going to read the fiction first, or am I going to read the other category that I'm trying to tackle is biography and nonfiction. And my lament is that too oftentimes the biographies in the last 10 years have swelled to 900 pages, and I just don't have the capacity to read that much given the other things that I have to read. And so those turn into page turners sometimes. I loved Ron Chernow's Grant and Hamilton. And Grant was a real page turner, partly because I loved it, and then the other parts because I was just flipping the pages to make sure I could get to the end. So I love to talk. I love to talk about books, and particularly those that won the Pulitzers.
Well, you challenge yourself with those ambitions.
So my question for you, as I'm getting to know Westminster, I am being filled with wonderful stories about traditions from long past, more recent traditions. And things that people love and miss because of COVID, and things that people love because we've been able to preserve them. So as we think about going towards Holy Week and Easter, what are some of the experiences you've had in the past that are particularly meaningful for you here at Westminster?
In worship, it's always the singing in a large group. That can be so moving, so powerful to have people all around you, especially when the congregation is packed, singing together. Yeah. I think last year or the year before we sang the Palms, which we also sang at the church I served, Hawthorne Avenue Presbyterian Church. That was a favorite of theirs, a real tradition. So I learned to like that hymn there. It's different for a congregation to sing rather than a choir. But also I remember years ago, I was part of a either Good Friday or Maundy, Thursday tableau of Holy Week. And we arranged ourselves, people took various parts, scripture was read, and we enacted the scene without any dialogue, just with our bodies, of Jesus hanging on the cross. So it was a very moving experience for me. Different since it was not dialogue, it was with your body, but I remember that well.
I can only imagine embodying the idea of one of the people there at the time of his crucifixion and death. That would be very powerful. And I'm delighted to get to know you, and I'm delighted to get to know people of Westminster through these questions. And so I welcome having conversations with you ongoing and other folks from Westminster. Thanks.
Thank you. I enjoyed meeting you as well.